Sorry about that.
Yet you know that choosing heaven is the only true way to change the world. It is the exchange of one world for another. This is what you fear to do. You are so afraid to let go of the world that you have known that even though it is a world of conflict, sickness, and death, you will not exchange it, will not relinquish it. P17 for the people that listen to the recording, the prelude.
Wow. That was so beautiful, my God. That's so beautiful. I actually, if you don't mind, I mean, I'm just going to say something about this. Because it's this simple, actually. It's like we see bodies. But we can also see, like every living being has a heart, right? It's like, you look at these people here, and he says, where is their heart? And you can't see that with your eyes. You can only sense it through your own heart. So in order to see the heart in the other, you ignite your own heart, which is sort of a part of the vision. Yeah. So just imagine, like, where is the divinity in the other?
Okay.
Yeah. And now, yeah. And it will just appear a little bit. It's like, oh, I'm seeing you differently. I'm not seeing you as a body, I'm seeing you as light. Yeah. So what we're exchanging for is like this world continues as it is, but you can see it differently. That's the whole message of the Course in Miracles. Like you can see everything differently. If you see it through these eyes, you will see perishable. But if you see through your heart, yeah, it might take a little practice. You stand, you will see a little glimmers first, and eventually you will see it clearly, and eventually you will see only that. And that's the whole idea. You know, Jesus was a man who walked this world and saw the Christ in every brother and every sister. And that way he remembered God, because he could see the whole sonship only that way. You see that? That is a form of resurrection. Anyway, I just thought I'd say that because it took me a long time to realize what is this whole vision thing. And the vision doesn't kick in if we don't feel enough. Like, feeling is not everything, but it's an ingredient that helps us to sustain this love awareness, where we see love or Christ or whatever you want to call it, you know, wholeness in each other. Takes a little practice. You go downtown, you look at anybody, it's like, I'm seeing Christ. Where is the Christ in them? And then suddenly that will show up. You will see it clearly. And eventually you'll see it in everyone, whoever passes by. And instead of judging their bodies and who you think they are, suddenly there will be an appearance of something else. Is that good? Thank you.
Thanks, Carl.
Oh, when we say choosing heaven, is that choosing heaven in our thoughts?
Yes, you choose heaven, you just
Like,
see. Yes. And it's like, even if you say heaven, say heaven.
Heaven.
What?
Heaven.
What is that?
Heaven.
Yes. The more you say it, the more you begin to see that your feelings are trying to manifest that for you what it truly is in truth. When you say it, suddenly you'll be like, oh, you mean this? Oh, and you fall into this like almost like a feeling expansion. Yeah, it's like it's not in the mind, no, it's in the mind. The mind is this, all of this is mind. We have this crazy idea the mind is here somewhere. Mind is our whole being, when we think and feel and join in the heart together, where the two parts meet in oneness and a full embrace. So once you ignite your feelings will actually show you what heaven is, because you will feel heavenly. You're not going to be thinking heavenly and imagining clouds and whatever your images of heaven are. You will discover it by the heaven revealing itself to you. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
It's a revelation. I mean, the whole Bible and everything, just examples of what we can do. It's not about the figures in the Bible. It's about examples of what's available. The Christ is available to us. Virgin Mary is in us. That's our pure feeling self. Your heart is the Jesus. The 12 disciples is the energy around the heart, which you have to train your mind to sustain it, right? The Herod is the ego. And they are just examples of what's happening in you. That's all to it. Yeah. So you have to find all these characters in you and just see how they're relating together. You know, is the mind trained enough that the Herod has no power over you, for example? All right. We're good?
Yeah.
You all look so serious. I'm feeling like, don't think I've got that across really well. And it's a joyous thing. That's the thing, is like when you hit the heaven, you're going to smile. There's no way you can feel this heavenly thing and not a smile come on your face that you can't wipe off. It just comes and it smiles you. It smiles you. And then you go, and now I am not leaving. I am not letting the mind come in. I am not letting Herod to kill the Christ in me. I am not letting this in. First obstacle to peace is the desire to get rid of it. Comes a crazy ideas like, how about to make a cup of tea? How about I need to do this? How about I need to do that? It's like, no, stay in this heaven for a while and get used to it. Because when you feel it, it's intense. It's like you begin to buzz, vibrate, reverberate, and your joy is coming out of every cell from you. Every cell is igniting and vibrating in the speed of light that's delicious on top of it. But that's just a byproduct. We're not doing it just to feel delicious. That comes with it. So it's all in there waiting to be ignited. And this book is just helping us to do so. Ding. All right.
Right?
Would you continue, Chantal? Thank
Yeah.
you.
While God remains unknown to you, and you remain unknown to yourself,
Mhm.
so too does heaven remain concealed.
Yes.
Thus, in turning your back on heaven, you turn your back on yourself and God as well.
Mhm.
Your good intentions will not overcome the world and bring an end to hell. In all the history of the world, many have done good, heroic, and at times miraculous deeds without the world changing from a place of misery and despair.
Wow.
What is more arrogant? To believe that you alone can do what millions of others have not been able to do? Or to believe that you, in union with God, can? What makes more sense? To choose to try again what others have tried and failed to accomplish? Or to choose to leave behind the old and choose a new way, a way in which you become the accomplished, and in your accomplishment, bring the new into being.
Clear as a day.
Does somebody else would like to read?
Yeah, I can.
Thanks, Kate.
Are we up to 18?
Yep.
Yes.
I don't have a page number on my PDF.
Oh, no,
I
just
just got,
paragraph 18.
I don't
Each
have that.
paragraph, okay. Hang on. Each paragraph has a number next to it.
Not in my PDF, it does not. So just
Hmm.
give me the quick, what the paragraph starts with and I'll find it.
What is the difference between your good intentions and willing with God?
Go ahead, don't wait for me, I'll find you, honey.
Okay, did you find it? What is the difference between your good intentions and willing with God? The difference
You go ahead,
is,
I'll find you.
the difference is in who you think you are and who God knows you to be. While this difference remains, you cannot share your will with God or do what God has appointed you to do. Who do you think you are reveals the choice that you have made. It is either a choice to be separate from God or a choice to be one with God. It is a choice to know yourself as you always have, or a choice to know yourself as God created you. It is the difference between wanting to know God now and wanting to wait to know God until you have decided you are worthy or until some other designated time, such as death. What are good intentions but a choice to do what you can alone by yourself against great odds? This is why good intentions so often fail to come to be at all, and why, when every effort has been made, the outcome seldom seems worth the effort. You cannot earn your way to heaven or to God with your effort or your good intentions. You cannot earn and will not ever feel as if you have earned the designation of such a person, of a person of such worth that you are deserving of all that God would freely give. Give up this notion. You have decided. Do you want me to keep reading? You have decided that you know how to do good works, but that you do not know how to do what God asks of you.
Just if you could slow down, just a tiny little bit, darling.
You have decided that you know how to do good works, but that you do not know how to do what God asks of you. You think if God asked me to build a bridge, I would build a bridge, and this is likely true, yet you will not become the bridge. You refuse to recognize that the Christ in you provides the bridge that you need. Only walk across to bridge the distance between heaven and hell, between yourself, separated self, and the union with God and all your brothers and sisters. You prefer to think a good deed here, a bit of charity here, is more important. You prefer to give up on yourself and to help others without realizing that you can help no others until you have helped yourself. You prefer selflessness to self because this is your chosen way to abolish ego and to please God. This is not unlike the attitude of a good mother who decides to sacrifice herself for her children without realizing that her sacrifice is not only necessary,
Unnecessary.
unnecessary, but undesirable.
Mm.
Your good intentions neither please nor displease God. God simply waits for your return to heaven, for your acceptance of your birthright, for you to be who you are.
Mm. Beautiful, huh?
Mm.
I just want to say to Lisa, if you keep scrolling down past the introduction,
I got you, sweetheart. I'm right on board. In fact, I'll volunteer to read while I have daylight.
All right, go for it.
Okay.
Thank you, Kath.
Now, where am I? Your good intentions?
Yes,
Another failure to accomplish.
Thanks, Allison. Thank you, honey.
you could easily repeat that one because it's so powerful.
Your good intentions, Cole?
Yeah, just read that again because that says a powerhouse message right there. Just nice and slow, sweetie, so we can
You know
really
me.
let it
I'm
sink
good.
in and we can feel it.
Your good intentions neither please nor displease God.
Isn't that amazing?
God simply waits for your return to heaven,
Oh,
for your acceptance of your birthright, for you to be who you are.
mm,
Another failure
Oh,
to accomplish lies at the other end of the spectrum with a concentration on self that seems to have no end point and no limit to the interest it generates. While forgiveness and the release of guilt are necessary, and while recognition of gifts and what leads to joy cannot be done without, they are the point only to the extent of making one ready for a new choice.
wow.
Prolonged interest in self can be damaging as the selflessness of those intent on doing good works. Rather than leading to knowledge of God, prolonged interest in self can further entrench the ego.
Wow. It's so good.
Seekers are but another category of those who are at the precipice to act, as they have hit a wall rather than come across a bridge. It is precisely the place at which you stopped that you must return to. Those who continue to seek may have left teachings of the Course or of one or another spiritual or religious tradition, only to find another and still another.
Mm,
For those intent on seeking, there is always more to seek. But those who find must stop to realize what they have found and to realize that they seek no more. So can I just ask a question? Is he referring to the Course of Love, or is he referring to the Course of Miracles?
It's referring to just exactly what it says. Of any course.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Or course, or of any other spiritual or religious tradition, anything. But once you found, you got to maintain what you find. Because you can find and still be searching, not realizing you actually have it already, which you actually do anyway. Like the kingdom is within you, but if you don't give it, you'll choke on it. That's the human condition, just choking on their spiritual, garbage kind of thing. Could you guys hear that all right?
No. You cut out.
I
That
cut
froze.
for that. So yes, you can realize you already have it. It's already in you. Like the kingdom is within. If you don't give it, you virtually choke on it. Yeah, you just go. And you might say, well, I don't know where the kingdom is. Don't worry, just give it. To everyone, I offer the kingdom of heaven. Wanted for the whole sonship. Wanted for everyone. Just imagine, it's like, I want for everyone to find the kingdom of heaven. That's the prayer. I want to give this to everyone. And as you give it, you will discover it in the giving of it. Like that, it reveals itself in you. So rather than going and studying, basically at the end of this whole course, there is nothing like what you give, you have. End of story. If you give shittiness, you get lots of shittiness. If you get, boredom, you're getting boredom. You give love, like feel love. Let's do a little exercise. You guys into it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, starts like this. Watch this. Close your eyes and think of something you love the most. It could be the most pettiest little thing, like smoking a cigar or whatever. Whatever you love, what is it that you love the most? Just find what it is that you love the most. Could be eating yogurt, could be loving your child, could be loving God, could be going for a drive on the beach. Whatever it is. Tell me when you have it, like put your hand up when you have it so I can continue. All right. Now, forget the thing that you love and just feel the love you have. Just feel the love. Forget what it is about, but just feel the love that brings up in you. Got it? Now, allow this love more and more, and make sure you feel it in your feet, in your legs, in your torso, in your earlobes, in your hair, in your bone marrow. Just feel the love everywhere. Can you do it? Just say yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Feel the love. And now, and I say, to everyone, I offer this. That's all I ever give. To everyone. Say it out loud for yourself. To everyone, I offer this love. I want everyone to have
I
love.
offer this.
Everyone, I offer this.
Just keep giving it,
Everyone to
giving it, keep giving it, and give it more and more. Just continue giving it to everyone. I offer this love. So you start to have a feeling like, imagine even the room that you're in, trying to fill up that room with the love you are. Just feel and allow it more and more and more. Then open the windows and let the whole area you live in flooded with this love. Just imagine like a tsunami of love coming out of you. That's how you start the motor of giving. It will be at some point, if you practice this enough. This is, by the way, lesson 108 in Course in Miracles. You just keep giving, but you got to feel it. If you don't feel it, if it's just an idea of love, it's not going to go anywhere. So the idea of love has to be deeply felt, and then that feeling you begin to expand out of you effortlessly. You step back and you let the love pour out. It requires, I need do nothing. It doesn't require anything. Just you step back and say, God, show me how to do this. If you ever show me anything, show me how to do this. And if you feel an increase of love, then you're giving it. If you're not feeling an increase of love, you're actually not giving it yet, but learning how to do it. So allow it more, say yes.
Yes.
And you allow this love even more, say yes. Because then you're not giving ego any choice there. So I'm just giving, I'm giving, I am giving, I am giving, I'm giving, and that's all I'm here to do. That's why the sun of God and sun in the sky is the same sound. Because what does the sun do? It shines all day. What is it doing? It's giving, and more it's giving, more it's giving. More it has to give. Can you see that metaphor? Is beautiful. So you are the son of God, your son or daughter, and you just give of that sunshine, your inner radiance, your delightful self being shining away. And as much as you give it, that's how much you have it. If you don't feel much, it means you're not giving it yet, because you think you're going to lose something. But you will actually gain everything. And eventually, it will be just whatever you want to have, you will start giving and you will have it. So in this world, I have match. I'll give it to you. I don't have matches. Right? In truth, the more you give, more you have. End of story. End of the course of love. Give love to have love. Give anything you want and you have it. And it's got nothing to do with your possessions. Possessions have nothing to do with spirituality at all. You just got to have things in this world to survive. It's just normal. But it's giving of yourself, giving of your essence, giving of your beauty, giving of your strength. Whatever the quality you have, you give, you have more. Does that make sense? And if nothing, just keep practicing this, and this, it will kick in. One day you will feel it so strongly, and then you get to give it, and you will feel the expansion. Eventually, the stars are not limit. You will go all the way to the end of cosmos with your radiance. All right. Okay, let's go on.
Okay.
Are we up to 24? Paragraph 24?
Yes.
Yes. So basically,
In the
just saying that
prelude,
seeking
and
and
the-
seeking and seeking is basically just not really finding. Yeah.
Mhm.
Once you find, you got to give it to sustain it. Otherwise, you will choke on the abundance. Okay.
Shall I continue or does someone else too? I've got a little bit more daylight. I can go on for a
Yeah,
wee
give us
while.
another paragraph.
No, you go for it, Lisa.
Okay.
You're
So
reading beautifully.
oh, thank you, honey. You're very kind. So because it's been a minute. So for those intent on seeking, there's always more to seek. Is that where I left off? Approximately?
Or up to the Course speaks of patience that is infinite.
Okay, I can continue there. Okay. The Course speaks of patience that is infinite. God is patient, but the world
Oh,
is not. God is patient, for God sees you only as you are. The Christ in you is also still and ever present. But the weakening done by your ego, by whatever learning you have done, has left room for strength. A strength that entered as if by a little hole made in your ego's armor. A strength that grows and grows in patience with delay. It is not your ego that grows impatient for change. For your ego is highly invested in things remaining the same. It is rather a spirit of compassion that reels at the senselessness of misery and suffering. A spirit that seeks to know what to do, a spirit that does not believe in the answers it has been given. The way to overcome the dualism that threatens even the most astute of learners is through the Christ in you, through the one who knows what it is to be God's child, and also to walk the earth as child of man. This is not your helper, as the Holy Spirit is, but your identity. While the Holy Spirit was properly called upon to change your perception and show you the false from the true, your recognition of Christ in you is proper in this time of identification of your undivided self. Shall I continue? I've got some more daylight here. I'll do one more paragraph because my light is waning.
Sure.
Let us for the moment speak of the family of God in terms of the family of man, in terms, in short, that you will recognize. In the family of man, there are many families, but it is called one family, the family of man. It is called one species, the human species. Within this family of man are individual families, and among them that you will call your family. A family has many members, but is called one family. All of its members are descended from the same ancestor, the same bloodline. Within that bloodline are genes that carry particular traits and predispositions. A child of one family may resemble the child of another distant relative, or a relative who lived and died many years previously. You see nothing odd or foreign in this. This is the nature of family as you understand family. And beyond the physical nature of families, the bloodlines, and the ancestors, what holds the family together as one? What holds the family together as one is love.
Mm.
The family is, in fact, the only place where unconditional love is seen as acceptable.
Mm.
Thus, no matter how good one child is perceived to be and how bad another is perceived to be, the love of the parent for the child is the same. A son or daughter does not earn the love that is given him or her, and this too is seen as acceptable, even right. Okay, I'm going to pass it on. My light is getting terrible.
Mm.
Thank you, Daman. All right, who's next? Kimmy?
You want me to go?
Yeah,
Okay.
go.
Obviously, the nature of God is different than the nature of man. God does not have physical form and does not produce physical offspring.
Mm.
God does, however, have a son, a child, an offspring, who must exist in some form like unto the Father. Within the story of the human race, there is a story about the coming of God's Son, Jesus Christ, who was born, grew into a man, died, and rose again to live on in some form other than that of a man. Those who believe the story have accepted that Jesus was God's Son before he was born, while he walked the earth, and after he died and resurrected. Whether this is your belief or not, it comes close to the truth in a form that you can understand. Jesus is simply the example life, the life that demonstrated what it means to be God's child.
Mm.
Mm. Mm.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Just as there's part of you that thinks that you are undeserving and made for suffering and strife, there is another part of you that knows this is not true. Think back and you will remember that from the earliest of ages, you have known that life is not as it is meant to be, that you are not as you are meant to be. The part of you that rages against injustice, pain, and horror does so from a place that does not accept and will never accept that these things are what are meant for you or for those who walk this world with you. And yet your history, in which you so believe, will tell you that the world has always been thus and that there is no escape from it. In such a world, the question should not be why do so many take their lives, but why do so few? Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, good one.
Mm. There are many forms of pain and horror, from physical illnesses to torture to loss of love. And in between these many frightful occurrences is the equally distressing life of the purposeless,
Mm-hmm.
where hours pass endlessly in toil. That is the cost of your survival here. Mm. Even those who have studied much and learned the lessons of the course well leave their learning and their teaching, sit idly by while they earn their living until the dust that has collected upon it obscures it from their sight. This is the cost of turning back when heaven could have been reached. The cost in continuing to believe in the laws of the world that govern the survival of the body. This is the way of those who know this is not the way it is meant to be, and then doubt their knowing. This is the way it has always been, they cry. They lament that they see but one real world, while heaven waits just beyond their willingness to proceed. Mm.
How are we going, guys?
Great.
Yeah? Beautiful.
There's so much in them. In
So
each,
much, isn't it? It's like every paragraph is just so loaded, just like mind blowers, huh? Anyone else? Just quick sharing. Almost like a taking a little break. It's good.
Mm.
Are you talking, Kath? We can't hear you. Your mic is not on.
Sure. What we earn God's love like a child earns their parents' love. We don't have to do anything. God loves us regardless.
Yes.
You know, if
Yeah.
you don't have bum all day and do nothing, he still loves us. Yeah.
It's like, you can actually feel that, like with Andrew, right? Like no matter what he does, the love is there. It's like you don't have to love him. It's the love is just pouring out of you. That's what the parents experience. It just has this love, doesn't even know where it comes from. It's just there it is.
Yeah.
It's that effortless. It's just giving of itself. And no matter what they do, and no matter how crazy things are, at the bottom line, it's just like you're in a full give. And it's like it's unconditional, basically.
Mm.
And sometimes we scream at them only because we love them so much. Right? It's a very similar. It's very similar, but it's even bigger. Like all the ideas of love, if you could just let them all go and let the new love to pour in. Because you see, we have this idea that was a creation, and now we are trying to make a sense out of it. No. We're creating constantly. The creation never stops. We just got caught up in the past, and now we are recreating everything based on that past. Let it all go. You will enter into the kingdom where everything is creating itself brand new. You can't compare it to anything that was going on yesterday. That's why even the most amazing experience of love and of God, just let them go. Don't hold to anything. Like the spiritual hoarding is deadly, you know? So you're letting go of everything. Just imagine it like this. There's God right there. And you just go, right now is brand new. But right now is brand new. And right now is brand new. We just don't have the sensory acuity, or we don't have this thing with which to notice it. But once that opens up, you will see that you're constantly in creation. And whatever you're placing in, you are creating. So if you release the old love, the new love will pour in. Does that make sense? Like it's brand new. It's brand new. Whatever you think, just let that go because it's brand new. And you just, it's like, where is the brand new? And suddenly some in your opens up a new center, a new something which can hear and see and feel on a different level than you saw before. And you will not be able to compare it to the past. Yeah? That's how good it is. Anyone else? Good.
That's like the analogy of the wine skins, isn't it? Where you've got the new wine has to come into,
That's
it
it.
can't be put into the old
Yes. Empty
yeah,
of
the
every.
old structure. Yeah.
Otherwise, if you
Yeah.
have an old wine in a cup and you put a fresh one, it's just gonna be sour. So empty out.
Yeah.
Let go of every ideas of what God is and what you are. Like the lesson 189 in Course in Miracles, I got these beautiful things like let go of everything you believe, everything you ever known. Let go of all that past taught you. Don't be afraid. When you empty, your cup will be full. Any idea of God you have is just a limitation. God is just not an idea.
Right.
You're not an idea. You're much bigger than just a thought.
Because we think, well, I think that my identity is all that old stuff, but it's not.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's also
It's
very
not.
good to do that
Yeah.
lesson 35 because it's like, I see myself as a woman, or I see myself as a man, or I see myself as, and you'll have all these words come up, but then it says, but my mind is part of God's, I'm very holy. I am none of this. Whatever you think about yourself, that's not who you are, because you're not just this little regurgitation of programming that's been placed upon you. You are not your parents' nightmare. Right? Whatever they taught you was their little nightmares of struggling to bring you up, right? But that's not who you are. As what school taught you, what spiritual books told you, you're none of it. That's why forget the traditions. You do whatever you like, but forget the traditions because traditions are based on what? On the past. Someone else's awakening. What about yours?
Mm.
Yeah. We're just gonna go empty your mind of everything. Should I read that lesson 189? Would you be guys happy with that?
Mm.
Because that just
Sure.
sums it
Yeah.
up so beautifully. It is from Course in Miracles. So if you have any aversion or allergy, Course in Miracles. Where is it? Here it is.
Hold on, 189.
You don't have to look for it. I'll read it.
Like to read it.
You like to read it. All
Well, I
right.
like, yeah.
Yeah. I think it's 189.
I feel the love of God within me now.
Yeah. What
That's
does it
189.
say?
It is
What does it say?
189.
What does it say? I feel what?
Feel,
I feel the love of God within it now. What? I feel it.
feel
Yeah.
the love
Feel it.
of God
You don't
in
know.
me.
It's not that. Where is the? I simply do this, right? And now this is so beautiful. I mean, hey, this just really sums it up. Be still and lay aside all thoughts of what you are and what God is. All concepts you have ever learned about the world, all images you hold by yourself, right? All the images, who you think you are, useless to you. Empty your mind of everything it thinks is either true or false, good or bad, because that's eating from a tree of a good and evil, right? Of everything it judges worthy, like all your great achievements, and all the ideas of which it is ashamed, like all the neuroses. They're not helping you anything. Hold on to nothing. Do not bring with you one thought the past has taught, nor one belief you ever learned before from anything. Forget the world. Forget this course. And he says, like, throw this book away. Don't hold on to even Course of Miracles or Course of Love, yeah? Because at the end, you can't take a book into heaven, basically. Forget this world, forget this course, and come with holy, empty hands unto your God, unto your love. It's true. Thank you. How beautiful is that?
Yeah, so that's like being born again, isn't it? Constantly
Absolutely born
being
again.
sort of born afresh.
Not born again Christian, because there is no idea of Christianity.
No, no.
You're not born again Buddhist, or you're not born again anything. You're just born again. You're reborn to the true identity
Yeah,
you truly are, and
yeah.
you ooze it. And if you don't ooze it, you lose it. But you can't lose it, really. Especially if you ooze it. Bien ooza. I've got a new word, oozant.
Oozant. Oh, where do we get some oozant?
Yeah. Exactly. Look within. All right, guys. Beautiful, huh? Now, this course is so incredible because it will just take you there, despite you. It's got the power to just dislodge the structures, just the way he puts it. And one day you just go like, oh, oh, shite. This is good.
Such a
Right, guys.
relief, because it's,
Yes.
yeah, such a relief.
Anyone else wants to share anything? Shall we do a little bit more?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Who would like to take up next?
If I can read, that would be nice. I've got to go soonish.
All right. Read.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Go for it, yeah.
All right. P30.
Why not?
Yeah.
You are the creation like unto your Father, and the family of man is like unto the family of God.
Bingo.
Just as children grow in your real world and leave their family, separate from their family to begin their own life, so have you done as part of God's family. In the human family, the separateness and independence that come with age are seen as the way that things should be, and yet a return to the family of origin is also seen as natural. Children go away for a time, eager to assert their independence, only later to return. The return is the symbol of maturity acceptance, and often forgiveness.
Mm.
That brings to mind the story of the prodigal son,
Mm.
how he leaves. The only thing, like, he comes back to the father who accepts him and offers him
Everything.
his kingdom, yeah, everything. And he went on a journey where he lost everything, and when he, like, every material thing, and kind of brought him to his knees, which then brought him back to his father. So I think there's something in that.
Totally.
Yeah.
Parable.
Hmm.
And his brother was upset because the brother had been a good boy, you know, done everything right.
Mhm.
And he was mad, wasn't he? Because the father showed preference, like was so happy, yeah,
Yeah.
for
Hmm.
that other brother who, yeah.
Hmm.
Being a good boy is highly unsexy, even for God.
Even to God.
Even what?
Even to
God.
God. That's
Come on,
the story
go highly
proves it,
unsexy.
doesn't it?
Get on with some lines, you know? Go from resurrection straight, go from erection straight into resurrection. Oh my
All
God.
right. Yeah.
Oh.
What does it mean to believe in God? You recognize that you cannot know God in the same way in which you knew another human being,
Yeah.
and yet you keep seeking this type of knowing.
Mm.
Mm.
Oh. Even with another human being, knowing what they stand for, what their truth is, what rules they obey, how they think, and how what they think aligns with what they do is the essence of knowing them.
Mm.
God gave you the word to know him by. God gave you the word made flesh as an example to live by.
Oh.
An example of a living God. He's referring to Christ, I guess. What more than this is necessary?
Mm.
You seek form when you already have content.
Yes.
Does this make any sense? Can you explain that last line? You seek form.
Yeah, you seek form because that's all you know. You made even God in image, in your own image, but you got to let that go because it's not true. Yeah.
Mm.
But I want to come to this line where it says, God gave you the word. So even in this world, if you actually would just let one word at a time manifest fully, that's why I'm saying, let's slow down. And you speak slower. Each word, what? Each word becomes flesh. Each word becomes true to itself. Even in this world, we have word, like say light.
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 Say it again, light.
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 What? Light.
Light.
And if you keep saying it slowly, your will, your feeling self will begin to go, oh, you mean light? Let me manifest that for you. See, the will is the desire, it's the manifester of even the word that you think. But because we're thinking so fast, the will's trying to manifest the full creation, but you're already here, so the will goes shunk, and it's trying to manifest the next word, but you're already here. That's why it's like use one word and until it becomes flesh, until you feel it in every cell of your being. How beautiful that is. So you say, light, I am the light of the world. Who? I. Say I.
I.
I,
Who is that? Say I.
me, I,
Who you? Who?
I.
Yeah, go.
I.
Yes, yes. You see? And it begins to smile you, begins to make you happy because you go like, oh, you mean me? Not the other guys that we projected out there. Oh, you talk about me only. Yes. I am that is an amazing inner experience of just getting in touch with me. You. Yeah. In you. Not don't worry about the other guys. I
I
am the light. I am what?
am the light.
I am.
I am
Am
the light.
the light.
Wait until am comes to happen in you. I am. Oh, you mean me? Yes. I am the light. Say light.
Light.
Say light.
Light.
What?
I am light.
What's that?
Light.
Light. Say light. Until the light begins to ignite in you. Because it's right there ready to radiate. Oh, yeah, thinking, projecting, sorting out problems, comparing spiritualities, comparing thoughts. Get it? Light.
Light.
In you, and if you don't say light, it doesn't come out. Yeah.
Light.
I am the light. What?
I am the light.
Exactly. Until you become it. Until it reverberates in every cell of your body. Because your body is a learning
It's really,
to learn light. You will vibrate.
it's actually like a magic wand, isn't it?
Exactly.
Like, it's so obvious that you can't see it, that
Yeah.
it's what you say.
Yes.
Yeah.
We live in this
Ah.
matrix where we just speak in a certain way. Da, 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 da. But say a different,
Yeah.
and you begin to have a new experience. That's why I say, let's speak slowly. Because it throws you out of your matrix. It throws you away from your programming. And I'm talking a little bit, but I won't talk so much as we keep going. I just wanted to establish certain things that actually really work. So each word, so God gave you the word, is a capital W, right? Word made flesh. Right? So you begin to experience. You could even try it like this. It's like, if I was Christ, say to yourself, if I was Christ, how would I breathe right now? Actually, if you were Christ, how would you sit right now? How would you sit if you were Christ? If you're like really Jesus right now, how would you sit? Watch this. Can you see? You have to adjust because you know
just
Christ
go
is
up. Yeah.
not
Yes.
this. You cannot incarnate Christ into something like that. So
Oh,
if I was Christ, how would I sit? I would sit like this. How would you, Christ, how would you breathe? And notice the change of breath. Suddenly you breathe differently.
But your body just naturally follows what you're saying, doesn't it?
Because
Like it
it's a
just
learning
it
device.
just does it.
It's a learning device that's trying to teach you what it's like to walk like Jesus walked the earth. He didn't work like, hi guys, what's going on? Huh? He walked like, hey children, come on to me. Oh Father, I'm your love. Come onto my chest and park there for a while. It wasn't like, oh, come here, guys. I'm suffering, but come over here. No, it was like, hello. Yeah. So feel this and feel this. You cannot even incarnate Holy Spirit into this because the Holy Spirit cannot fit in a collapsed society. It doesn't fit in there. My kingdom is not of this world. My kingdom is of this. This is the tree of life. Yeah. It's an erection. It's a full erection. Yeah. Full openness. Say, full openness, like open no matter what, like bingo. Yeah. And you feel the difference. So you got to, he often says it in A Course in Miracles, even it's like, sit up when you do your lessons. Don't lie down because you just want to be like, yeah. So you have a place to incarnate. Now I say, I am the light of the world. It's like, open up open up your arms and say, I'm the light of the world. You're gonna have a different experience. Like when you say, well, I'm the light of the world. I don't really get it. Of course you don't get it, because you're here. You don't get it. Like a healed healer is somebody, yeah, exactly. Try that. I tell you a story, which is a great story. When I had this awakening with this course of love, which happened straight away after a week, it was such an intense experience that after 5 days, I said, I need to distract myself. And it was just Olympics in Rio. And I went like, I was gonna watch Olympics. I just need to get this crazy experience out of my mind for a moment, because it's so intense. And I was having these heart palpitations. My heart was just going. Anyway, I turned the television on, and the first picture I get is this Jesus Jesus statue with his arms like this. Oh my God, I can't escape myself. But what I did the same thing, and the palpitations immediately stopped. When you actually open yourself up like this, instead of being crucified, you actually open yourself like that. You feel different, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah, I feel so good.
It's really open.
feel
It's
like
really
you-
good.
So really come say, I am the light of the world. Suck on this. I am the one. I am the one who built the door. Yeah,
I'm the light.
exactly. Just bring it up. Can you feel the difference?
Yes.
Yeah. To everyone,
I'm just imagining myself
yeah, exactly. What's this? But
walking down the street saying that.
yeah, I mean, eventually, why not?
Mm.
But you're clever now, because they will crucify you, because they wouldn't straight away understand them, because they'll be looking at you like this. Right?
Yeah.
But when you walk
Yeah.
like this, people just want to go, oh my God, I want to straighten up myself too. Yeah, if you like this,
Yes.
you will be joined. Yeah.
Yeah.
Breathe in. It's a different breath, right? Say, I'm the light of the world. Say it.
I am the light of
I
the
am the
world.
light.
Open up
I
your
am the
arms,
light
say,
of
I
the
am the
world.
light of the world.
Light of the world.
Yeah,
I am the light of the world.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's it.
Feels
You-
different.
Experience. If you're a
Feels
Buddhist,
good.
you say, if you were a Buddha right now, how would you sit?
Cross-legged.
oh,
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. And you would actually lean back a bit, and your belly would come out, because Buddha
Yeah.
is a slightly different quality. It's almost feminine in some way. Depends what picture you have in your mind. But it's for you to find out. Again, it's like he wasn't like this. He was like this.
Mm.
Yeah, like the light
Mm.
from everywhere. Jesus has a lot of light here, but Buddha is actually very grounded spirituality in some way. So you can incarnate anyone, like all the memories everywhere are in you. You could incarnate Hitler. You go, what? Yeah. It's like, if I was Hitler, how would I stand? I would stand like this. And look at that. That's attractive. That's why people were crazy about Hitler, because you were like, oh, no, hey? Because he was like, let's do this. He had a bad
Charismatic.
intent in his mind, but still, everybody followed him. Why did he follow him? Yeah, because he was like, hello, da 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 da, right? So even
Yeah,
though it was
commanding.
evil
Yeah.
intent, it still was very attractive. Yeah, and it's actually part of us. We trying to not own at all. It's like, yeah, that was him. I've got nothing to do with it. Well, how many times did you feel like, oh my God, I could just kill somebody? Yeah, when you really lose your blood, you just go like, oh. So it's all in us.
Yeah.
We actually have all the qualities. I say we're good, bad, ugly, and magnificent. You see? But you got to use this body for the word to become flesh. So now you're going to read this book differently. Now you're going to go like, okay, let me incarnate every word he says so I can live it. I can be the living example, like Jesus was an example life, right? Example to who?
Mhm.
Not to the others, to me. So you go, Jesus, if I was you, what would I say? And you wait for the answer. You incarnate, we know the body is not real because it has not been incarnated. But once you incarnated, you're the body of Christ. You're it. Your next thing is to be able to own it. I am the one. Say, I am the one I've been waiting for.
I am the one I've been waiting for.
That's it. There's no one else.
I am the one
No one's coming to
I've
save
been
you,
waiting
guys.
for.
No one's coming to save you. You're to save. Salvation comes from me and no one else. See you, Andrew. Go
See you
and bless
guys.
the
Thanks.
world.
Oh,
Bye,
bye,
Andrew.
Andrew. See ya.
Mhm.
Walk,
Blessings on
walk the
everyone.
street with an erection.
I've got to go soon too.
Ah,
All right, darlings. Well, we can bring it to a close. Where did we finish? Yeah, we'll leave it at that one because that's really good to come back to. God gave you the word made flesh as an example. What? As an example to live by.
Example.
Example of a living God. Say, I'm a living God.
I'm a living.
I am a living
God.
God.
Da, da, da. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Joshua.
Yes, you are. Yeah. You are
I
the
am the
one.
Word made flesh.
I'm the world made flesh.
Yeah.
I'm the second coming of Christ. Say it.
Oh, yeah.
Who? I. Who's
Mm.
that? Me.
I.
Go in
I.
peace. Rest in peace, guys. Rest in peace is for living, not dead. Rest in that. Rest in your
Yeah.
Christ. Rest in the light. I'm the light of the world. You are the light of the world. Say it.
I am the light of the world.
Absolutely.
I am the light.
I am.
Undoubtedly. Undoubtedly, you're the one. You are the one the world been waiting for. I am the light of the world. The world's waiting for my coming. No one else's.
Oh, we're all waiting for each other. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
And in that you remember the whole sonship. And until there's one slave walking around, until you see somebody less than that, less than who you are suffering on a cross. You're on a Calvary road with 4,000 guys going like this. Hi, how are you? Good. Yeah, I've been to Bali. It's good. Yeah. Got a Bali belly. See? All right, guys. I hope I didn't screw with your much. That's beautiful, huh?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's good.
Funny, it's entertaining, it's joyous, and it's joining. Because one day we won't even need words. We'll go like, hello, hello. We're one, meeting oneness, and we create new world through that.
You know, I just have to say something, Cole.
Please.
When it says
Mm.
you seek form when you already have content, it's kind of like
Yes.
the mind seeking for what it doesn't know what it's seeking for, but the content of it is the feeling.
Yes.
It's like the duality between feeling and intellect.
Feeling is the secret. We were given feeling so we don't get lost in our mind. We then deny the feeling and now we're lost. But we bring back the feeling. That is the actual atonement or atonement. We bring that in. So we unite fully, we create the heart and we join in oneness, full oneness, not just like, oh, I'm a singular mind. And you just freaking suffering in there. No, when you're like this, you feel whole. There's nothing missing because you got everything that was given to you. You have your treasure, right? So you feel whole, but to feel whole, you have to have this and this uniting in oneness. So your thoughts and your feelings are not in clash. They're not like, oh, I don't want to feel this, I don't want to feel that. So you're going to find out that every single feeling is like a golden nugget, and there's miracle right behind that feeling. Behind every bad feeling, I guarantee you, is the kingdom of heaven. That's the protection. That's the last temptation of Christ, believing that that's bad. There's no bad feeling. There's not one bad feeling. They're all amazing. They're not very good looking because they've been beaten up by the mind. So they look like a bruise. You stop doing this, and you can only stop doing that when you start feeling, because you will feel these attack thoughts, and then you will give up. In that you will open up, this will open up and unite, create the heart, create the love, and join in unity. When you're there, it's inseparable, unless you have some kind of twisted idea. But this way, it's forever. It's eternity. This way, it will slip. If you go slippery on yourself, if you go slippery, you will slip out. So stay erect. Da da da.
Hmm.
All right, guys. Well, have a beautiful day. Thank you for coming.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you for the second
Yeah,
coming.
thanks everyone. Thanks, Cole.
Thank-
I will see you. We'll see you next Saturday.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you for the heart.
Thanks,
Yes.
everyone.
Yes. Yes.
Bye all.
Yeah. Beautiful. Thanks, guys. See you soon.
Okay. Bye.
Ciao.